Pompeii, the legacy. The premise for this is fairly self-explanatory. You need to rebuild the ancient city of Pompeii after the whole sort of Vesuvius incident. Anyway, I'm Orbital Potato. Let's jump into it, see what we've got going on. Alright, first order of business is to choose a location for our city hall. Choose a location south of Vesuvius. I don't think that's Vesuvius, but we need to build it somewhere near the lake, which is something that I am perfectly prepared to do. Here seems like a fairly decent place to do it. Excellent. An Imperial decree. In these challenging times, I entrust you with the most noble of all tasks. Restore the greatness and splendor of our beloved city of Pompeii that lies in ashes. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, so what have we got going on here? Well, we've got our cash, we've got some food, we've got some wood, lumber, stone, clay, herbs, grain, vegetables, etc. We got loads and loads of stuff going on. We've got our city hall right in the center here. We can get upgrades to a bunch of different buildings. And then we also have a couple of different tabs. The Empire tab. I don't believe that there is anything that we can do on it just now, but I do believe that in due time we will be able to do so. And we've got a government tab over here, which is like a little overview of what is going on. And, you know, there's a couple of really interesting elements to this game. For example, like the fact that we've got the family tree, privileges, symbols, again, stuff to maybe look out for in the future, but a very interesting concept nonetheless. Okay, we've got some objectives up in the top left-hand corner to build some shelters and build some insulas. Okay, let's get to that. The shelters are for slaves. It's a modest house for slaves, and in fact, we need to get 2 of these. Great, and then we need to get to, what are these, insula things? Cool, get all of that built, and we will link it all up with a lovely road right through the center of town. We'll bump it right up to 3 times speed, or 8 times speed, and we'll get it all built in fairly good time. So basically, all of the work, all of the building work is done by slaves. We just need to have them available in order to undertake basically any work at all. And this is going to complete, and that is going to allow us to house some plebeians, and then we also have patricians, of which we have none at the present moment. Now, there are occasional sort of bits of dialogue. I've sort of skipped that. I've elected to sort of just skip straight through the dialogue and get right on into the action, because I think that's, quite frankly, what everybody wants to see. Right, next objective is to build a gatherer's hut and a hunting camp. Quite frankly, I'm just going to build them right over here. Screw it, we'll just get it all done, and we'll get a little bit of infrastructure to match that as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at the minimap for the first time, properly, that is, but the minimap quite clearly shows Vesuvius over here to the north. You can see that, I guess that's the sort of center of the crater. We can go and have a look at it, I suppose. It's not much there. Not anymore, anyway. But there we go. That's what we're rebuilding from. And there's a couple of sort of temple ruins over here. A couple of other sort of ruins round and about, more temple ruins. Lots of temple ruins that we sort of need to be aware of, or, you know, kind of sensitive to. Not necessarily something that we need to worry about, just something that we need to keep in our minds. Okay. Couple of other objectives: collect some trees, build a sawmill, and build a forester. I'm going to get right to it. Okay, so whilst that is all getting built, we can manually queue up a couple of trees to get destroyed. I'll do it. I mean, it doesn't really matter what trees we choose. I suppose I kind of want to leave the trees around this area for the forester to dismantle, so we'll let them do that, I suppose. We've collected the trees manually. That's looking good. That's looking good. It's looking totally fine. Everybody is happy. This is all looking great. Okay, forester camp, looking good. We've got 3 foresters assigned. We can see the area that it is in effect for. We can also get some upgrades if indeed I want to. It would cost me 100 denarii, 15 wood, and 5 stone, but it would allow us to increase the area that the forester operates in. So yeah, I guess we'll get that, and you know, we could upgrade it again. I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous, but it is something that we could do. Right, we got 2 warning alerts: low lumber storage and low wood storage. That's fine. we're fixing that right now anyway. Build a depot to store resources. Yeah, perfectly happy to do that. Build the depot right over here. It's going to give us a capacity of 1,500. And is there like a particular area that I need to build it? I don't believe so. Build it in the corner there for, you know, the reason that it feels like the right thing to do, I guess, more than anything else. Okay, and the next objective is to build a prefecture, which is absolutely fine. Now, I understand that the prefecture in this is effectively just like a sort of central building where workers are going to keep an eye on things. The guards are going to be plebeians. That's fine. It's going to cost a little bit of upkeep in order to make it work. Let's, I don't know, let's put it here maybe to try and cover all of our existing houses to prevent fire and crime. I suppose it's not going to cover the hunting camp or the gatherer's hut, but I mean that's a price that I think I'm willing to pay. Okay, prefecture is up and running. That is looking good. It's time to turn our attention back into the government menu here and have a little look at what's going on. So, we've got all of our stock levels, which is fine. But what is probably more interesting for us is the research tech tree. We have an objective at the moment to research quarrying techniques to unlock the ability to locate and construct efficient stone quarries. Well, I'll get it. It's going to cost 20 denarii, which is like, I mean, literally nothing. And it's going to take 5 days, which may seem like quite a long time, but in fact is basically almost done. I mean, it's literally, yeah, research completed is no time at all. Because up at the top here, this is a month. I believe. So there we go. Anyway, construct a quarry to secure a steady supply of stone for the city expansion. Let's turn our attention to quarrying. Do we see any quarry locations? Build on the slopes of a hill. The nearest depot is far away. Transporting resources to and from the building will take a lot of time and reduce efficiency. Okay. I guess there's not a sort of bespoke quarry slot. It's just we can kind of build it anywhere. I'll build it over there, though, and then we'll get a very, very long path all the way over here. But instead of transporting all of the resources, we'll just nab ourselves a depot, like, right next door. That would be sensible, right? I don't know. Who mines in the quarry? It's got to be slaves, yeah. I figured that much. Okay, we're probably going to need more shelters, that is. So I think we'll do that. Let's get 1, 2 more shelters. A little bit more road. I don't like that. Let's fix it. Much better. Beautiful. Good. Okay, so this is going to be our steady supply of stone. Whoa, what the heck happened to the trees? Oh, I guess it's November, so all of the trees have lost their leaves, but that's fine as long as it doesn't affect our output of wood, which it doesn't look like it does. That's fine. That's good. I'll settle for that. How are we doing cash-wise? Are we doing okay? Income versus expenditure. We are absolutely rolling in it, relatively speaking. Our income is far above where our expenditure is. I'm assuming that our expenditure is going to increase rather rapidly as we start to get involved in stuff like mining, but that's okay. We can deal with that. We got a total of 24 slaves here. We've got 9 unemployed, 15 employed. That will change when the quarry is complete and the depot is complete. Does the depot actually employ anyone? Yeah, it's got 2 carriers. So it's a good thing that we're getting ahead of the curve right now, I think. Aha, my quarry is looking good. If we zoom in right here, we can have a little look at it. It's basic, but you know, it's working. It's given us stone, which is quite good, and that is being presumably transported into the depot, which should give us a little bit of stone production, which is nice. Right, moving right along, we've got to research well techniques to unlock the ability to construct wells and construct a well to provide clean water for your citizens. Well, I'm surprised that a quarry was a sort of higher priority than getting a well established, but I suppose if that's what is required, that's fine. A stone gathering operation. Okay, we'll get that queued up. A sharp saw increases the number of planks produced. Sure, let's do it. I mean, frankly, it's not going to cost us that much. Society, we don't have a society stuff available yet. Army, also not available, but that's fine. That's fine. Research 1 has been completed. That is wells, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get the well sorted as soon as we possibly can. I have absolutely no idea where to find it. It's next to the water bucket, of course it is. Do I need to do it in a certain area? I guess I'll throw it down. I'll see if it needs to be expanded. If it does, we can maybe... Ooh, look to get an aqueduct. Heck yeah. Oh, your swift progress in developing the city of Pompeii has not gone unnoticed. The Empire now calls upon you for a critical task. I must ask you to gather 500 stone blocks from your newly established quarry and have them ready for transport to Rome. As a token of my gratitude, you should be rewarded with 1,000 denarii. Okay. Well, I'd be delighted to do that. That is great. And in the meantime, we can maybe look at getting some more research done. An architect is coming to Pompeii. Ensure they're equipped to work with the necessary tools for their work. We'll get that queued up. Lumber chain. When a forestry and sawmill are built next to each other, plank production increases. Sure, we'll do it. We'll do it all. Is that close enough to be considered together? Kind of looks like it, but I'm honestly not too sure. Right, we're collecting the stone blocks. That's great. Construct the Shrine of Fortuna to restore faith and bring peace to the citizens. Is that in government? No. The architect's office I am going to build because, well, why the heck not? Is it going to cost me much stone? It's going to cost me 30 stone. That'll set my imperial ambitions back a little bit, but that's fine. An odium, a small theater where citizens gather. Oh my, a small theater? That's a small theater? Okay, well, that's fine. Shrine of Fortuna, that's what I'm after. That will require a cleric or a plebeian. That's fine, and we'll build that round the back of my existing sort of infrastructure. Let's just bang it down there. Sure. Gravel road, we don't have the ability to get a gravel road yet. I don't really think that roads particularly matter. At least these dirt roads basically don't matter because you can see, yeah, people that are going between this area and this area, they just walk. They just walk directly. They don't take the roads. So I guess that means that they don't actually accelerate walking speed, or at least the dirt road doesn't accelerate walking speed. Whatever. We can experiment with gravel roads in due course. Doesn't particularly matter. Right. Let's get some more insulas as well. There we go. There we go. And we'll punt that all round here. Looking good. Feeling groovy. More houses, more people, more growth. My food supply is slowly but surely decreasing. It's a little bit challenging to see, but basically we are losing food across certain categories. So its quantity is the first number. So mushrooms, we got 130. We're producing 60 and we're using 80. In meat, we're producing less than we're using as well. So we clearly need to sort both of these things out. The hunting camp, I will get an expansion as to the workforce. Sure. And the gatherer's hut, we will get an expansion as to the workforce as well. Let's do it 2 times. Sure. Okay, looks like our stone has disappeared, which is great. Research and develop the marketplace. I am quite happy to do that. Ruin salvaging. Okay, that might be worth it. Boost food production efficiency across all facilities. Yeah, tell you what, let's do that right now. Let's do that right now, and then wood harvesting from freely growing trees. I'm not that bothered. The marketplace is here, so we're going to need to get this and then this. Is there anything else that I particularly want around here? Analyze the benefit of strategic placement between gatherer's hut and hunting camp. Improving resource collection by 10%. Okay, yeah, that's actually not too bad. That's not too bad, because we've already got them right next to each other, so that will work out perfectly. Efficiency is at 110, and that makes me think that, in fact, they... Are they touching? I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. Oh, we can't move the building. That's a shame. It's not available in the current build. But what did the research say that it did? Lumber chain. Production increases by 10%. Yeah, I mean, it says efficiency's at 100. It says efficiency's at 100. But I just don't know. I'm just not sure. Right, marketplace research is being completed. Let's see if we can try and nab that. Where are you, marketplace? Here you are. Beautiful. Provide citizens with food supplies and basic goods. Great. Have they not already, like, had any basic food supplies? You'd think that they would probably have needed them already, but you never know. It's looking particularly good. It's not much of a city, but it's growing. It's definitely growing. We've also got gravel roads. Is it time for the opportunity to test out a gravel road or two? I think we shall. Let's do another gravel road up here. I think I should probably just use gravel roads from now on, I guess. I mean, it really doesn't look like they adjust, that it adjusts walking speed. The big test is on the corners, you know? And, in fact, maybe I won't truly know until we upgrade this bad boy right over here. If we don't see anyone walking on the path, then we know that it's a failure. And in fact, it doesn't impact walking speed. You already set off, so I'm not going to blame you. You're heading straight across there. So yeah, I don't think the gravel path is particularly worthwhile, but there we go. Right, a barber shop to revive the city's trade and daily life. Okay, let's do it. A barber shop is apparently a health and hygiene building. Oh, well, the more you know. Let's get that down. Barber shop is looking good. Looking very, very good. Next research objective is to research and develop the forum and construct a forum to revive the city's trade and daily life. I guess, and political life, right? I mean, a forum is the center of a Roman city, so seems like a pretty good thing to do. Fishing. I'm actually really interested in fishing. Let's get all of this stuff. Advanced fishing. Survey the region for large game. Sure. Carpenter's workshop, then a forum after that. I think that's probably fair. How are we doing for food? Honestly, not so hot. We are producing barely more than we currently have. So I think we will maybe... Ooh, fishing hut's been built. Yeah, get this here. Build that next to one another. Beautiful. And build a fishing hut. I mean... I guess here? Will it work? Will it work in one of these places? I guess there. I guess that's exactly where it's going to go. And I suspect that we'll probably want to stick down a... Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll probably want to stick down a depot over here as well, so that the resources are moved a little bit less far, which is fine. Research and develop the forum. Have we not done that yet? We have not. We'll now start work on the forum. Clay pit, brickworks, granary, blacksmith, portus. A strategic trade hub. Okay. Now, the fishing situation. Ooh. The fishing situation, I'm not sure what that was supposed to give us. No hunter in building. Aha, that is because we need more houses, yes? Can we get an upgrade to these insulas? I don't believe so. I think they are just the size that they are. The domus is where patricians live, so it looks like the insulas are the only sort of sized house that we have available at the present moment. That's fine. We'll bang down a couple more. We'll use some gravel road for purely decorative purposes, not for any other reason. There we go. That's looking good. Market, are you doing fine yet? You're doing fine. No upgrades yet available for the market. We will get some hunters there. That's a-okay. The fishing hut. Yeah, what did the fishing research do? Survey the region for large game and identify optimal locations to build hunting camps. So it had nothing to do with fishing. Okay. Hunting camp. Is there any intel on where we should build the hunting camps? I don't know. It doesn't seem to indicate to me. Doesn't seem to indicate for me. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm just not sure. Anyway, it's time to get the forum. Let's get the forum. We'll build it over here, actually. This seems like a sort of central location. And in fact, we can link that up quite nicely to this area. And I can make this a mini square. Not literally a mini square, but you know what I mean. Like a little sort of nice area. There's a, a temple here. There's a forum at the end. That's all looking pretty good. Research-wise, any additional research that we want to do? A grain field? Yes, I'm very interested in that, especially because I can't manage to harvest enough food to save my life. Although, actually, it's looking a lot better now. Unfortunately, though, it's pretty much just meat and mushrooms. We're not really producing any fish. And I wonder why that is. It does say we're producing fish. Aha! Imperial decree. You are to depart immediately for Dacia. You'll report to the Roman military base, where His Imperial Majesty awaits your arrival. Don't delay. The Emperor trusts in your abilities and awaits your arrival. Okay. Cool. Collect the furniture for the Empire's military base and deliver it to Dacia. Research Carpenter's Warehouse, construct Carpenter's Workshop. I said Carpenter's Warehouse. I meant Carpenter's Workshop. Right, let's get that built wherever the heck it is. Industry, maybe? It is indeed here. Carpenter's Workshop. Let's do it. Let's build that next to the Architect's Office. I don't really know what the Architect's Office is for. Enabling maintenance and inspections. I mean, do we have maintenance and inspections? I don't think that there's any sort of like deterioration mechanic. That might be something that happens in the future, or there might be some sort of like earthquake mechanic that gets added. I can definitely imagine an earthquake mechanic being added. I mean, this is Pompeii that we're talking about, so like, let's get real. Let's get real. It's probably coming. Throw that down. That's looking pretty good. Carpenter's Workshop. Let's get that built. And then anything else? We're fine for food, we're fine for wood, fine for lumber, fine for stone. Don't have clay yet, so we can turn our attention back here. Field Guardians. I tell you what, I haven't built a grain field yet. There is an overlay that we can get. So, water overlay. It seems like people don't really complain if they don't have water. I imagine that'll get changed. Fertility overlay, that is a very, very lovely sort of area of fertility for us to consider. Mining overlay, we know that the mining overlay is just at the edge of the mountains. That's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, what I'm really after is the grain field. Let's get the grain field over here, and in fact, let's get a couple of them. I'm presumably going to need to get additional bakery sort of components and whatnot, but I'll do that in a little bit once we've got the fields up and running. There's no particular rush to get the bakery stuff. We need to get production of furniture started. I don't know how long that's going to take, so yeah, get that started first, and then we can move to the grain stuff and also the additional shelters, because we need more workers. So seems fairly easy and quick to manufacture furniture, which is good. I don't believe in fact, I don't know how to tell a lie. I do know how to check how much furniture we've got. We have to go into this menu over here, which is fine. We're up at 20. That's great. Oh, yeah, tell you what, the price is set at 1 for all of them right now, and you can kind of imagine, having a little look at a sort of like price situation here, monthly stock price, how it goes up and down. Presumably that is going to be impacted by the market, or will be set by the market, I should say. So that's presumably going to be up and running. The forum is looking... It's looking great, honestly. What a place to be. I don't think it does anything, mind you, but it's nice. Boost furniture production. We can get an upgrade to the carpenter's workshop. I will absolutely do that. Let's bang that in, and let's bang that in again. Workforce expansion. Keep on upgrading. Maximally upgraded. We've got 5 carpenters now, and we manufacture 25 furniture a week, as opposed to just 10. So that will complete the objective unbelievably quickly, which is quite nice. Right, let's turn our attention back to the research tech tree. A granary. I'd love a granary. Field guardians. Sure, we'll do it. A blacksmith. Yeah, no, I guess we don't need a bakery in order to work things. We'll get a clay pit, and then afterwards some brickworks. That's all looking good. Yeah, what the heck. We'll get ourselves a granary. Got the ability to do it. Might as well throw it in right about there. Cool. Okay, new objective now. A charcoal burner, a clay pit, and a pottery workshop. The good news is I've unlocked the clay pit. I've not unlocked the charcoal burner yet, but we'll start the process of just, I guess, getting the rest of the stuff researched and getting it ready to unlock. Clay pits. Here's the thing. Do we have, like, a clay... Do we get clay from a specific area? It might be the case that you need to build it near the water in order to get it to work. I mean, usually clay is found near rivers, right? Is that the case? I think that seems, like, reasonably sensible. Let's build a charcoal burner right next to our granary. Low denarii reserves. How am I running out of money? I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. I don't know how to make more money. I have no idea how to make money. Can I adjust my tax? Can I do that? Oh, I've spent it all. I've spent it all on research, of course. Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't think I can spend it. I don't think I can raise money at all. That's a problem. Oh well, the stone is going to be delivered at some point. That's fine. What was the other thing that I need to get? Charcoal burner, clay pits, pottery workshop. We got a blacksmith as well to forge tools and weapons. Carpenter's workshop, don't need that. Clay pit, that's what I needed. Yeah, that's what we need. A clay pit. We've already got a charcoal burner. Let's start throwing down. Yeah, place near the riverbank. Okay, so there's no like specific area that we have to build it in. It's just the general sort of riverbank area. Cool. All right, well, we'll get a pathway connected up here, not for any particular reason, but we'll do it. That should give us clay. And after that, it is a pottery workshop for us, which is here. We need 50 lumber, and we need 30 clay. Well, I can build it. Let's build it. Let's build it behind the furniture workshop. That seems like a fairly sensible thing to do. We have, of course, no money. We have got a very limited amount of lumber storage here. That's fine. That's fine. We're just going to have to deal with it, I suppose. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to need to get another sawmill. We're just not producing enough lumber, and stuff like, for example, the clay pit requires, like, lumber as an input, which is why I think we're really struggling to get enough lumber for the pottery workshop. So I think we'll nab ourselves an additional sawmill, build it over here, and build it over here. Now, that may or may not end up giving us a bonus to our efficiency. If it does, great. If it doesn't, frankly, it does not really matter. I also did not check the cost. What is the cost of the sawmill? It's just a little bit of wood. That's fine. We can absolutely deal with that. But yeah, that's what we need in order to fix the pottery workshop situation. It's a little bit more lumber. Food-wise, how are we doing for food? yeah, we're doing okay for food. The fish is helping. The grain is helping a lot as well. So that's at least something. Workforce-wise, we are managing to keep very well on top of things. We don't have any patricians yet. I don't think we can get patricians. Improved workflow efficiency, increasing production output by 5%. I'll take it, sure. And then the Portus is a strategic trading hub along the river, and we need 100 lumber for that. So it's a good thing that we're getting on top of our lumber production now, before we need to get that researched. Okay, pottery workshop is up and running. It's looking good. It's going to take in clay. It's going to take in charcoal, which is being made all the way over here. But frankly, I mean, who cares? Doesn't really matter. And now it is a brickworks that we are required to build. And I think just to keep the pollution all in the area of the grain. I mean, it's good to supply the plants with carbon dioxide, right? That's what they need. That's why it's important that they're next to the charcoal burner and to the brickworks. You know, the more carbon dioxide they get, the healthier they grow. Is that not how it works? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Either way, brickworks is done. Brilliant. I presume the last objective... Oh, I was going to say, I presume the last objective is to get this Portus unlocked, which I'm perfectly willing to do, but it looks like we've got the iron mine and a blacksmith to go before then, so we can bang them down just somewhere here. There we go, that's it. And I'm pretty certain that it's over in... Yeah, I'm pretty certain that it's over in this hill that I want to build it. We'll just do it just to say that we've done it. Make that go over there. Perfect. And where is the blacksmith? The blacksmith is right over here. And we actually have more than enough denarii to actually do that. That is surprising, quite frankly. It's going to take a little while for the resources to get here and all of the trees to be chopped. No big deal. Should I try scavenging some of these temples? I've added a little bit of additional food supply because we're going to need it, quite frankly. And I seem to be losing food hand over fist near enough. Still waiting for my iron mine and the blacksmith to finish up. We've got low storage space. Build more depots and warehouses. I can just about manage that. I've got about 300 denarii, though. That's a bigger sort of problem than near enough anything else at this moment in time. But the iron mine is going to be built in just a sec. There's no blacksmith in the forge. You will have that employee at some point. Yeah, after we get done with these... After we get done with these little expeditions here, we should be fine. Right, the next objective is to build a port on the sea coast or the river's mouth where it meets the sea. Which I guess is here? Or... Yeah, I guess it's here. Okay, we'll do that. Low on the wood storage, but that's okay because we've created about 2,600 bits of lumber. Why on earth would we need wood? We don't. I think the last thing that we need to do is the research here, which I'll start the process of getting the research done. I mean, it's literally only going to take 12 days, which is no time at all. And then presumably that'll give me access to the port that we need. I guess it's this, yeah, the Portus. 500 denarii, 200 tools. Okay, that's the research complete. It's good to note. That's it. Yeah, not enough denarii to place it down. We need 500 bricks. And I've got to imagine we've got enough, or close to enough bricks. I suppose I could check. Where is it? Bricks. 269. Okay. All right, that's fine. We could definitely do a little bit better on the brick front, but it's okay. What about this big temple? We're just gonna get a lot of stone. It's hardly kind of worth it. I mean, we've got plenty of stone. Really, we don't need to sweat the small stuff. We quite literally just need to save up our resources. Maybe work on a few upgrades for the blacksmith. Output increased by 10% if we get some upgrades. I'll do it. Don't doubt I'll do it. Okay, I've got the cash. I don't have the bricks, and I don't have the tools, and I just lost the cash, but we've got most of it. Right. I feel like perched right on the end here is probably the most glorious place for it. Let's build a nice gravel road. We unfortunately don't have the ability to build stone roads, but that's fine. Nice gravel road all the way up to the sort of main area, and we'll also build a road out over here so that we can properly connect it, make sure that it is all connected as best as we possibly can. We need to wait for the 500 bricks to be delivered. We could throw down an additional depot. That would require 200 denarii, which I like the idea of, but I unfortunately just don't have the change until now. Beautiful. Let's get that built. And then, yep, let's finish off the Portus. 448 out of the 500 require bricks. 79 tools. I think that means that the tools are probably on their way to the building right now if we've got less than 200, because I am pretty sure that we had more than 200 tools the last time that I checked. But no matter, it's fine. That will get built. The depot will get finished. That's good. That will allow us to do some slightly less arduous holes around, which is good. But it's just a waiting game. More bricks, more tools. Happy days. The bricks have now been delivered. All we're waiting for is the tools. Very, very close now, up to 198, which means that I think we are like one more load of tool production cycles, and that's it. That's all that we're gonna need. The tools have been delivered. We just need one single person to come over here and build the gosh darn thing, and that's us. The builder is officially in the house. The Portus is being constructed, and what do you know, the flames are burning bright in Pompeii, which is quite cool. Research the concept of schooling in the society tree. Alas, we don't have a society tree. That is it. The playtest demo is over. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good. I think there's a lot of potential here. There's obviously a load of systems that aren't actually implemented or, you know, sort of in the game yet. But I think that the glimpses that I have, you know, got, if they can be carried through to fruition, paints a pretty picture. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one, actually. Pompeii the Legacy. Check it out, wishlist it, etc. down in the description below. Thank you ever so much for watching, folks. I'll catch you next time. Bye.